So you've seen the review or an overview of the case that it was on launch day. Introducing the Pure Base 600, which is released today, March the 7th of this video. Link in the description where you can buy this. Now this is the more of a full review of everything. So this can actually fit mechanical and SSDs in this actual hard drive, and there's ports and screws and accessories that comes with the box, like you see here, and it's got everything you need, even cable ties, which are like Velcro as well, so you can tie up all your cables and stuff. You got rubber grommets as well, so it stops the vibration of a hard drive, a mechanical hard drive, making noise and stuff like that, so your acoustics will be quite low. Also, I took this out, and this is for the DVD rewriter or Blu-rays, whatever, the two drives that you can have, so you can have it go back and have it old school, or you can just get rid of it completely and fit water cooling in there and stuff like that. Well, that's custom water cooling I'm talking about. At the moment I've got AIO in there, and I've got a 280 water cooling AIO unit in there, which is by Be Quiet, but you can use any AIO you want or any custom water cooling or a CPU air cooler embedded in here, but I just wanted to show you what it looked like. And so you can attach that to the front, which is really quite cool. Everything is really quite simple, as you saw the other day in the video as well. If not, there'll be a link in the description down below anyway. But you got these little tabs here, and this is for the glass panel, and you get them with the box with the glass panel, and you can screw them in, and then you get rid of the other side panel, and then you can have the glass in there, and then you can show off your build and everything like that. At the moment I've got a normal ATX motherboards in there, which is no problem. You can fit mini ATX, normal ATX and extended ATX. It's already got standoffs in there as well, which has got a few standoffs there which cover up the grommet holes. On the newer case version of this, the Pure Base 600 will have grommet holes and rubber grommets as well, just make your build look more tidier than what it normally is. Now this is where you've got the captive screws on each of the hard drive trays, and it would normally be situated in the front here. But I'll put the water cooling on inside the case, but I could have put the radiator inside the front and then put the fans back, which I would have had more room for the actual hard drive trays. On the bottom of the case, you do get a filter, and that's for the power supply at the bottom. And the power supply that I've got in there is a Pure Power 10, and I think this is like 500 watt power supply, so it's quite a small power supply, but it shows how much room you can have if you wanted a 1200 watt power supply in such a budget sort of case. But this is a budget case with quality. They haven't really skimped on it at all. So you've got a filter on the bottom here which slides into the bottom. You've got air vents to the back for the power supply. I can show you. So you've got 120 exhaust for heat dissipation, graphics card dissipation at the back there, also extra dissipation, then obviously your power supply dissipation, and a few holes at the top. And you can lift up the top bit like so. You can totally remove this if you don't really want it, but you can have it like at an angle to dissipate heat at a certain angle, or you can totally pull it up like that and have heat circling at the top and dissipate all the way around the top. This bit's not really that much to dissipate, but if you've got a normal CPU, like a very low end CPU, you wouldn't really need to dissipate too much heat because it wouldn't produce that much heat. But this is more like overclocking, and you can take it off. My only gripe is there's no filter at the top or no magnetic filter, but it might be with your Pure Base 600 that you'll get a filter on the top of the case. But yeah, it's pretty cool. So you can remove that, and then at the top you can definitely put in a 120, 240 and a 360 radiator in here. There's no room really for a 280 or a 420 at the top of there, but it's still quite good that you can do all this water cooling straight away with it. And I do like the fact as well, on the back you've got captive screws as well, so I'm going to show you a little bit of cable management I've done. You've got captive screws that come as standard on this budget case, which is brilliant. Alright, so it's as simple as that. So on the back here is where you can actually fit two SSDs, which I didn't show you in the other previous video, but you've got a nice big cutout as well, so you can put your bracket on there for water cooling and your CPU air cooling. If there's any problems with the CPU air cooler or anything like that, you can easily have access and take it out, so it's really cool. And it doesn't matter if it's AMD, Ryzen, AMD old, Intel new, Intel 2011, it's all simple, just like that. But you've got room to put 2 SSDs on there, so you take the bracket off and then you can just screw it underneath and it's perfect. The actual SSD doesn't fit into the bracket, it fits on the outside, but it still gives you plenty of room to do cable management. But as you know, with Be Quiet cables, they're actually semi-modular, so it's not fully modular, it's semi-modular. You've got these little Velcro clips that we've got, or tags I should say. So we've got 1, 2, 3. There's 4 into the accessory box that come as standard, and it wraps really right round with these little connection bits. So you can basically figure out where you're going to have your cable management, and then you can connect it all up. If you've got extenders, it's going to be perfect. You've got a 2-finger width there, which is enough to get your SATA cables and Molex connectors in there, and it's out the way. But yeah, the difference is with my case is that I haven't got the rubber grommets on there, but if you had the rubber grommets, you can make it look a lot more cleaner, and then it wouldn't show the cables as much. So with my one, I had to work a little bit harder with. You've got to undo these little tabs on the side, which I can't show you yet. On the front, you've got this tab, and you've got sound dampening in here, and as I said, you've got room for 5.25 inch DVD writers or CD writers in the front if you're old school, and also it's got nice dampening, so if there's any acoustic overhaul with any sound, it keeps the computer really nice and quiet. It's also got breathable intake air vents for your fans and stuff like that. And then you could actually situate the fans on the inside, or you could put the radiator on the inside. So you can get away with putting a thin radiator in here and you still have clearance. You'll have more optimized room to actually situate a radiator in the front or the fans. It depends on how you want to do it. But then you'll be able to put your hard drive trays on there, and then you've got more room. But it's really quite cool. But I've put it in like this way because I wanted more of an intake and cool air circling around inside the actual case. But I could do the test and see if it's any difference from having it in the front with obviously sound dampening in the front. If there's heat kind of sticks to the actual cloth and warm it up and everything like that. We don't want warm air, we want cool air inside the case. But anyway, you can see there's loads of space and there's loads of ways you can do cable management, and there's plenty of room to put a massive reservoir in, which I've got one here. And you can put a pump in there and everything like that. So it just shows you how big, like, you can do big water cooling in such a quality case like this. So Be Quiet really have thought about what to do with a very budget case. For a case that's £80, and also you can have the glass panel one, which I'm going to put on. So for a glass panel as well, you could definitely show off your build for £80. Now that is definitely competition right there with Inwin and Lee and everyone else that's doing tempered glass sides, and the build just looks absolutely sick with that. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the more of a review about this case. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you dislike it, just leave a comment down below and dislike it if you disliked it, and subscribe and share the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.